Hi everybody. Let's see. Here we are at my work desk, and I have my floor plan drawing laid out before me. Okay. Now I'm not very accustomed to recording myself, so pardon me if I trip up, but I'm using Lil Wayne as an inspiration. Why Lil Wayne? Because listen to some Lil Wayne, and it just seems like there's just one take, one cut. He's done, and he put it out there, make some money, do his thing. At the very least, I'm gonna let him be an inspiration to me in those regards. I think that works well as an artist too, right? We can't sit around and making sure that everything is perfect all the time before we show it to anyone. Otherwise, you just get stuck in a loop of trying to perfect something without ever engaging. Yeah, so thanks, Wayne. Anyway, here's my floor plan drawing. Voila. Hey, there. Um, and I have transferred this onto a piece of cardboard. Get the orientation wrong. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to build a scale model on this. Now you may say to yourself, well, I ain't got no cardboard. Certainly you have something around. This came from an Amazon box that came recently. I don't care what you use. You could use card, you could use a cereal box, you could stack up pieces of paper, you could use a plank. Be resourceful. Don't go out and buy anything, most definitely not, but just use what you have around the house. Like the mask, I'm looking at this as an opportunity to show our resourcefulness when it comes to materials. Okay? Here's my floor plan drawing. I've transferred it. Now, what I want to do from here is take a look and see, okay, well, I didn't make it huge, right? I don't want this to be gigantic. Total, this is 8.5 inches from end to end, okay? And, about 6.5 inches wide this way. Don't make it unmanageably big. Don't make it microscopically small. Keep it somewhere within the, I don't know, maybe 8 to 12-inch range, roughly. Okay. So we're building a scale model of our dwelling space. And how this is relating to 3D design is that we're using materials and construction that ties in with our objectives. But I like it also because it's going to bring our point of view of experiencing this space from outside of itself. Right? Like when I'm in this room, I can only exist in these spaces. But when I create this model, I can kind of zoom way out and gain a whole different perspective on the space that I'm inhabiting. Okay. I do think it's pretty fun at the point at which this assignment is happening, where so many of us are secluded in our dwelling spaces, and they might mean things to us now that they would have never meant before. Anyway, so I'm going to build this room that I'm in out of cardboard and other materials, anything I can find around. Like I said, cereal boxes, packaging, cardboard, pizza boxes, just pick the cheese off. Paper, old anything. I don't know. Look around. Okay. I have an X-Acto blade with me, but you could use scissors to cut it also. Okay? Just try to use what you got to the best crafting skills that you can employ. Okay? All right. Now I want to build this room. I want to build everything except for the ceiling. Okay? I don't want the roof to be on here. But this is an attic space, so the roof comes up and pitches in a little bit before it's flat. So I'm going to try to get that in there too. Okay. Here's this. I'm going to set it aside for a minute. I know that you guys know how to cut things and measure things, but let me just show you a little bit of my approach. I'll get one wall up, and I think the rest will be pretty obvious from there. Okay. So here's some more cardboard. I need to cut it flush, yeah? Most definitely. problem is I'm here in real life, but I keep looking at myself on the screen and it's mirrored. So I'm not used to that. Not while I'm working anyway. Let's square this up. I have a cutting mat. If you don't have a cutting mat, use whatever you got. Like I said, be resourceful. Don't just cut into the table now. By the way, my table is a map of the Finger Lakes region of New York State. It holds no special significance to me, other than I like maps, and this is one that I could get my hands on. I already have my measurements measured out here. Let's see. 2 9/16 and 7 7/8. Okay. So I explained to you that my room here comes up and then pitches in. And because of cardboard's nature, I'm going to try to use this cut, this angle, to get the roof that I want in here, the walls. See what I mean? And that's why I'm cutting it with the flutes going this way, so I can bend them easier. Yeah? The other way, this way, is stronger, going down. Some of us learned that with a mask, but anyway. All right. I leveled that off. I need a piece that is 4 7/8. So what have y'all been doing since you've been on break? I know it's not break. Not break at all. Can you imagine how it would have been if we didn't have internet service? Ooh, that'd be a rough one. I'm going to cut this down just to make it a more manageable size. I'm sure I have to cut it down again. But I am working just in my desk space at home, so just set that aside. Feels a little bit like I'm making a cooking show. You know? I don't know if I'm anywhere near as entertaining as any of your favorite TV chefs. In fact, I'm certain that I am not. Let's see. 2 9/16, which is 2.5, 3.5, 3.5 inches. I'm going to mark it at 3.5. Boom. And mark it at 3.5. 2, what was it? 4. Is that math correct? Correct. Boom. There we go. It's going to go, bam, right there. See that? Okay. But like I said, this has the bend in it. I'm going to get that down. It is at 2 3/16. This has to go to 3.5 inches high. So 3.5, 3.5. Going to add a tablespoon of garlic, a pinch of salt. No. Okay. Trim this down. Always practice safe cutting. You know, make sure I keep my fingers on this side of the ruler. There we go. That's going to go right there. And I want to put a break in there. Check this out. out. Let's see. I'll mark this again at 2 9/16. If you don't know how to read a ruler, let this be the time where you do learn how to read a ruler. It's okay if you don't, I say. You might have learned when you were in like elementary school, then never learned it again, never had to use it again. I get it. But it is a valuable skill. There we go. I'm just going to put a line up there. I'm going to break this. And by break, I mean just put in a deep impression. I don't want to cut it. There we go. Put my mark there. In this case, I'll just use the back side of my X-Acto. Yes, it is ripping part of the paper. I'm not going all the way through. I'm going to break a little bit and then bend it. There we go. And I'll glue that at the angle I want later on. Okay. Alright. See what I got? Alright, I'm going to go all the way around. Next time I show a video, I should go all the way around. So, for now, we're going to put out our base and our walls. Okay? No ceiling. As far as if you have any doorways you want to cut out, I'd cut out the shape and then cut the door. Okay, you can cut the door all the way out, add something in, or just cut it all the way out. It doesn't matter for our model's sake. Okay. Okay. Building materials, like I said, be resourceful. Anything you can find. There are no rules. I have some glue. All right, just some craft glue. It's not even that great a glue for what we're doing, but it's what I got. I'm going to run glue on there and keep it in place. If you have any tape around, it's not a bad idea sometimes to tape it in place, or just kind of prop it, let it dry. If you don't have any glue, use tape. If you don't have any glue or any tape, well, what could we do? You could cut slots and insert it down in there. I gotta believe there's something around that you can use. Okay. And email me if you have any real hardships in finding any materials, okay, or supplies to do this with. If you don't have a ruler, any straight edge is fine, of course. Let's see. Email me with any questions or problems that you would have. I'm going to get this around, glue, cut all my pieces, get all the way around, and I'm going to start putting the things in the space in here too. I don't need to go to every minute detail, but like this desk takes up a big part of this space. I'm going to put that in there. There's that. There's not much furniture in here. I got a couple shelves I'm going to put in here. All right. So we are entering into our space. We're going to have it, the dimensions that we have when we go into it. A lot of the major objects that are in the space recreated in here. We'll make them out of whatever. Okay. This and that. And I want us to be able, as we go along, to start thinking about this space that we have and how we use and inhabit it. Okay. And with that, I say goodbye, and I'll see you next time on Como's Cooking Channel. Okay. Be in touch, folks. Thank you. Bye-bye.